Hello, gamers and Axel lovers. Axel here, back in our stream. So today we're gonna be playing the amazing digital dating simulator. Yes, I'm gonna play a dating simulator. I'm doing it for the shits and giggles. Excuse me, I changed my damn title. The fuck you talking about? Excuse me. Steam Stream Elements. I ain't my title anymore. I changed it. How dare? That ain't my fucking title. I changed it. How dare? I changed it way before stream, and just it doesn't show up apparently for Stream Elements. Yeah, my title's changed. Stream Elements. How dare? Well, anyway, we will get into it in a few minutes. Okay, I'm back. Let's get into it. But I don't regret this. Hello, my name is Axel, and welcome to the amazing digital dating simulator. There. It's fucking loud, but there. Okay, so, let's get into it. It's gonna be fun. This game is fan-made and is in no way officially affiliated or endorsed by Glitch Productions or Gooseworks. All events and interactions in this game are not canon. Please do not reach out or harass anyone on Glitch's production team about this game. This game contains bright flashing lights. Yeah. Welcome to the amazing digital dating simulator, a slice of life styled school setting where anything and everything is possible. Nice game. No. Welcome. I cannot do Kane's voice. You have to bear with me. I cannot do it. I'm not doing it. No. I cannot do it. In no way in hell I'm gonna be down to do it. I'm Kane, and I'll be your principal from the duration of your stay here at the Amazing Digital Academy. Help your classmates pull pranks on the teacher. Become a straight A student or a rule-breaking delinquent. All this, well, possible finding love along the way. Of course, Kane. Yeah, of course we will. It's a fucking dating simulator. Of course we will find love along the way. But enough about my wonderful creation. Let's get you enrolled. First things first, what uniform will you be donning? That looks like Yunner Simulator. So, yeah, boop. Sounds good. How about your name? What should we call you? Avi, Axel. Axel, huh? Are you sure you like that name? I am sure! Do not question me, Kane, before I have Kinger delete you again. That's my name. Alrighty then, Axel. Then let's head inside. Yeah. Hi, my name is Axel. I'm a transfer student to the amazing Digital Academy. My parents moved to the countryside after a very tragic event that changed the course of our lives. All I said goodbye to After I said goodbye to all my old friends, my parents got my transcripts and packed up the car. Today is my first day at this new school. I glanced down at my class schedule. This should be English 101 with Mr. Kinger. So where is the teacher? Where is he? As I step into the room to let it in any other students that might be late to class, someone else hops into the room. The figure looks like a tall white piece of a gaming set. Specifically, it looks like a king in chess. It takes me a moment to put two and two together, but when I do, I almost groan at the pun. Surely his name can't really be. Hello, my name is Kinger. Hello. Hello, my name is Kinger. Yeah, that's not. I'm doing. This is what I'm just using that. I cannot do Kinger. No. You must be. Not then. You must be. Hi, my name is. You must be pleased to meet me. His voice not that high. Mr. Kinger extends a gloved hand, which I shake more out of instinct than out of a genuine sense of excitement. Good morning, students. On the today we have a new student named. What's your name again? Hey everyone, I'm Axel. I look forward to learning with you all, and I hope we can all become friends. That sounds too desperate. That sounds too desperate. I'm Axel. Don't mess with me, and we'll be good. I'm Axel, and I'm down for a good time. I wish I could do a poll. There's no one in chat anyway, so whatever. We'll do eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by its tail. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Rightio! Go on and take any open seat, Axel. Most of our students don't bite. One of the other students, a purple rabbit, seems to grin at this. I take a moment to think who to sit by. I sat down next to the purple rabbit. He looks bored by Mr. Kinger's lecture. As I take a closer look, I see his name is written on a nameplate on his desk. Apparently his name is Jax. As I get a little a closer look at Jax, I also see he's working his jaw. Is he chewing gum? He catches me looking at him, and I almost apologize for staring, but I can see he's offended. Instead, he grins quietly before putting a finger up to his lips. He takes the chewing gum between his gloved fingers, reaching out towards the girl in front of us. No! Is the girl? I swear I feel like the girl is Gangle, isn't she? Yep. The girl in front of us has a ribbon for a body and a comedy mask for a face. How the hell is she wearing clothes that are that high up? Magic pins going through her ribbons. She's paying close attention to Mr. Kinger's lecture, and Jack's reaching out with the gum on his hand. Is he going to stick it on her mask? Warn her, keep quiet and see what happens. I'm choosing the more chaotic option. Jack reaches forward with practiced stealth, sticking the wet wad of already being chewed gum to the ribbon girl's mask. The ribbon girl lets out a quiet shriek of discomfort, flinging her arms as she desperately pulls away from Jax. Ew! Jax, what is that? What did you do? Ew! Her whining and desperate flailing is a little funny, even as she feels around blindly behind her mask. Her movements attract the attention of Mr. Kinger. What's going on? He seems aware something is going on, but he doesn't seem to know what. What is this guy teaching us? Jax is just picking on Gangle again. Ugh. That's definitely what she would say. I cannot do her voice for the life of me. Ugh. The mismatched figure the mismatched figure pipes up from next to Gangle, who is evidently the ribbon girl that Jax just stuck his gum to. Here, Gangle, let's go to the bathroom so we can wash it off. Oh yes, carry on then, Zooble. Nothing phases this teacher. Zooble glances daggers into the rabbit as she leave. What? It was funny, right? Back me up here. Jax turns to face me. Jax offers a thin smile as he leans over to me. It was very funny. You should try loosening up, new kid. You might have some actual fun. I can't help but gasp and hope I haven't thrown my lot and run with the wrong person. I was settling to my desk and getting used to this place when something bursts into the room. Principal Kane, how exciting to have you in our class today. The new figure turned to address us. At his side was a bubble with razor-sharp teeth. I don't think I'll ever get used to this school. Kinger, class, how do you do? Oh, Bubble seems cute. Before Principal Kane extends a hand, gesturing to all of us before freezing in place. With a sound like grinding against pavement, his teeth snap shut. His eyes extend from his teeth like they're not solid objects. Axel! What's putting you here? Is that a cat? Mimicry fuses his voice as he points his cane at me. Maybe you'll be the secret ingredient to make this school interesting. He pauses a moment, rubbing the base of his chin in contentment for a moment. Is there a reason you're here, Kane? Zooble speaks to him like they're addressing an annoying insect instead of the principal of the school. Kane picks up. That's right! The reason I'm here, to make sure we all have an enriching academy experience. One filled with fun, danger, and adventure. He begins to list more and more descriptors, increasing his blockage speed until I can't even tell what he's saying. And most of all, interesting to our studio audience. He turns towards the window and stares out of it for a moment. Is he addressing somebody? There doesn't there doesn't appear to be anyone outside. However, the numbers are in students, and it turns out school dramas are just white noise. Normally, this is the time that I would tell you that means an end to school life as we know it. Kane bites on his hands in mock horror. The class and Kinger play along, gasping at this revelation. Gangle looks ready to burst into tears. However, my sweet-toothed students, your principal has found a way to bring public interest back to the school in a major way. At this point, the sharp-toothed bubble next to him pipes up. How are you bringing interest back to the school, Mr. Principal? Kane shoots the bubble a confused look, but hits his a moment later. You see, my little tumor emeralds, what's one thing no academy around has ever had? A cast of colorful characters? A compliant principal? Academic funding? Kane shakes his head. Wrong, it's visibly right, but also not relevant to what I'm talking about. No school around here has had a cultural festival celebrating the unique talents of its students. So I, being your beneficial principal, have decided to put your class in charge of throwing the best culture festival this side of the Pacific Ocean. Make it flashy, we gotta keep the interest of our investors after all. Eeks! I'm almost late for my deep tissue massage. Alright, Kinger, I'll leave you the list of everyone's responsibilities. You'll have 5 days. Break a leg, or two. As abruptly as he arrived, Kane darts out of the room, disappearing from view as he heads to his appointment. Alright, class, let's see what roles Kane assigned to each of you for the cultural festival. Kinger lifts a paper from his desk and begins to read aloud. Ragatha, as the class representative, I trust you to organize the other students and make sure the festival proceeds with no issues. You can count on me. Zupa and Gangle, you two will work on art to promote the festival. We have a pretty big school here, so we need plenty of posters and some art to display during the festival. I don't know. I still don't have anything I'm comfortable showing anyone else. Pomni Jacks, look up what a culture festival is. Shouldn't we do that before we start making posters? No, I like his idea. Plus, we got to see what Gangle comes up with for her posters. If it's anything like what she comes up with when she draws Ragatha. Jax! Gangle interrupts Jax before he can finish his thought, hoping with him to stay quiet. The class erupts into chaos as Zubul and Gangle argue with Jax. Pomni tries to find out what a culture festival is, and Ragatha tries to salvage what remains of class and get her students to pay attention. For his part, Mr. Kinger seems content to let the students bicker amongst themselves. Maybe he didn't have the rest of his lesson planned and is just waiting out the lunch bell. As if I had summoned it by thinking of it. The lunch bell sounds. Everyone drops their arguments and files out of the classroom. Time to find out what I'm doing for lunch. After my chaotic first half of the day, I had worked up quite the appetite. The cafeteria was bursting with unfamiliar phrases around me. There was a signing of places to buy, a selection of places to buy lunch, but none of them stood out from one another. I can pick up something to eat at the nearest food place and sit about deciding where to sit down. Still, as I scan the bustling lunchroom, I don't recognize anyone from class. I could check the library, maybe Pomni or Jax is there trying to find out what Quarter Festival is. I guess I could just take my lunch back to the classroom. I still don't there. I walk into the library with my tray in hand. I peer through the rows of dusty shelves and I see Jax and Pomni by the tables in the middle of the library. Even from here, I can tell Jax is up to trouble. He's tapping his foot impatiently and panting back and forth, and pacing back and forth. I can barely make out Pomni turning her neck to peer up into the tall bunny's yellow eyes. As I gingerly maneuver between the shelves, trying to avoid spilling the creamed corn I brought from the cafeteria, I can make out some words. Going to with Kinger asked us to. I can't hear Jack's response, but I don't have to, as he mocks Pomni's mannerisms, tilting his head from side to side. As I get closer, I can hear her trying to reason with the stubborn rabbit. We should at least try to do what he said. I don't want to be the only one who didn't do anything to help. Against my better judgment, I creep closer, nearly tipping over as over a step stool. I manage to creep into earshot. Just had to move myself over a bit. Against my better judgment, why? This whole thing is pointless, and no one will even notice if we bail, trust me. Jax crosses his arms, leaning back and letting out an annoyed sigh as he leans back. He catches sight of me. Oop. Hey, new kid. He calls out to me. What do you think? We should ditch this dumb culture festival thing, right? Their name is their name is Axel Jax. Second off, they were in class with the rest of us. I bet they want to stay on Kane's good side as much as the rest of us. I bet they'd rather do something fun like pulling an epic prank. Pomni gives me a meaningful look. Dex shoots me a malicious grin. I feel like I should choose my response carefully here. That sounds fun, Jax. I don't care about the culture festival. Let's go pull a prank. I'm just choosing all the responses because I'm choosing Jax to be the person I'm dating. As he's my favorite character. Avi, he's my favorite character. That's the only reason. That's the only reason I want to date. I'm choosing him to date. Ha! See, Pomni? The new kid's cool. Alright, well, you two have fun then. She turns back to... Alright, well, you two have fun then. She turns back to the shelves while Jax ushers me out of the library. Later, Pom-Pom. That Pomni, huh? She can be so needy. Jax smirks, rolling his eyes. Not like you, huh, new kid? I'm not sure how to proceed for a moment, but I have a feeling I know what Jax wants me to say. Yeah, I'm down for anything. I give Jax finger guns, which he scoffs at before glancing at me. Why did I go, why did I do that, bro? You're so cringe. But since you're so eager to get on my good side, I came up with something fun for us to do. Let's go on. Let's go on a little field trip outside. Are you allowed to do that? Are we allowed to do that? Jax rolls his eyes. Geez, you sound like a broken toy. Is that the only thing you say? I shake my head. I don't want to disappoint Jax. It doesn't matter what we're allowed to do. It matters if we get caught. So keep up the new kid. He finds a door leading to a field, shyly pushing it open before running through. I have to sprint to make it through before the door locks. The door leads us out onto a softball field. I didn't even know this school had a softball team. Jax gets on all fours, putting his head through even with the ground as he crawls around. Is he looking for something? Jax, did you lose something out there? Shut up! I'm looking for something. In the few hours I've known him, I've never seen Jax take anything so seriously. I get down on my hands and knees too, checking each blade of grass for anything remarkable. I'm so close, I'm so focused I forget my surroundings, bumping my face first into the seat of Jax's pants. So I bumped into Jax's ass. He wheels on me. Don't try to get fresh with me, new kid. I blush as I crawl back a few paces. Sorry. Jax shakes his head. Do you even know what we're looking for? I shake my head. I don't want to make him angry by asking. Then how do you think you're going to find what we're looking for? I blush again as I realize he has a valid point. So what are we looking for? A centipede. A centipede? Jack doesn't look amused that he has to repeat himself. A centipede. We spent the rest of lunch searching, but just as the bell rings, I find a centipede crawling near a rock pile. Jax, I found one! I hustle the insect up by its rear end. It flinches around as it tries to escape my grasp, its short legs wiggling in discomfort. Jackpot! Nice job, Axel. This is for Ragatha, isn't it? You used my name. No, I didn't, new kid. I squint at him. You're imagining things. He puts on an unreadable smirk. Guess I'm not getting him to admit to anything. But this is one fine specimen. Okay, what are we doing with this? Are you an insect collector? Ew, no. He shakes his head before he drops the centipede into my backpack. Hey! Calm down. We're going to put this in Agatha's locker and then hide out and watch her open it. I fucking knew it was for Ragatha. Why? Because Ragatha hates centipedes. I pause for a moment, not fully understanding why we would do that. So why are we putting one in her locker? Because it's funny, new kid, try to keep up. Of course, I don't know if I agree, but this is the happiest I've seen Jax since we started hanging out. Come on, I have a key to let us back inside. He pulls a ring of keys out of his back pocket. How did he get those? It looks like a set of master keys to every door in the school. Cool. Jax lets us back in. We sneak our way up the main stairwell and are almost at Ragatha's locker when our class rep herself shows up, strolling down the hallway. Axel, what are you doing in the hallway? She tilts her head, offering me a wary smile. I've been looking for you since you didn't show up to afternoon classes. She notices Jax and her expression sours. Jax, you better be leaving Axel alone. Come on, Ragatha. He offers a cartoonish smile, a wide smile, a wide grin. The new kid actually looked for me. We even got lunch together. It looks utterly confused. Axel, is this true? It looks like I should choose my response carefully. That's why we had lunch together and we're just trying to get back to class. No, Jax asked me to look for a centipede to put in. She knows. Throw a centipede and run. My hands fly to my backpack. Why did that music stop? Seizing the terrible black insect before hurling it directly at our class representative. No part of this is voluntary, every movement feeling like a scene out of a horror movie. Ah! Her one eye bugs out of her head as the centipede lands in the center of her face. Duck is laughing like a madman next to me. Holy shit! Holy shit, new kid. That was awesome. Ragatha flails wildly, running back to class with the centipede on her face. Kinder! She runs out of earshot as she disappears into our home class. Daddy is still laughing, taking a seat on the floor to catch his breath. Jeez, new kid, where did you learn that? I didn't learn it anywhere. I just panicked. Jax literally finally gets control over his fleet of laughter after a few more movements. Well, if that's what you do when you panic, I guess I need to keep you on edge. Jax stands up, putting a hand on my shoulders as he looks me directly in the eye, grinning from ear to ear. She hates you for sure now. I bury my face in my hands. Now what? Well, school's almost over. Guess we should grab our things. I walk to my locker, entering as I put my books away and get ready to head out for the day. My mind drifts to the day's events. I wonder if someone will ask me to walk back with them. As I gather my things, a familiar figure stumbles up to me. Hey, new kid, you're still hanging around? Yep, just getting ready to head out. What, what, what do you say? How about I walk with you after school today? Surprised that Jack's asking to walk me home, I run out of words and just nod. Cool, let's go. Oh, Jax. The front door's open for us, and I stand outside waiting at the club. My parents dropped me off this morning. I'm sure they'll be here any moment to pick me up. Jack stands next to me for a few moments. He gives me a confused look. What are you waiting for, kid? My parents? Are you waiting to get picked up too? I'm 22 years old. I haven't been picked up by my parents for like 6 years. I'm going to the dorms. What? What? The dorms. He looks at me like I'm an idiot. The on-campus housing Kane designed for our class, where we stay when classes end. Oh, that sounds nice. I wish I was staying on campus. His annoyed expression changes. Oh, you poor little lamb. His voice drips with sarcasm. Kane really didn't tell you anything, did he? Look, Axel, I would love to watch you stand out here until the sun goes down. You start shivering in your little school uniform. Jack smirks. Honestly, just imagining it is pretty funny. The smile drops from his face. Your parents aren't coming for you, he says to me in a deadpan before continuing. Come on, we need to get to the dorms before he gets too cold out. Kane only gave us summer uniforms. A chill travels through the air and I shiver in place. Jack shivers too. I'm losing my patience. He glances at me. Jax, I'm telling you, I don't have any housing on campus. My parents are picking me up. Jax just sighs. You just don't know when to give up. He goes before he walking away from me. See yourself, new kid. He walks off to the dorms. I'll show him. My parents will be here soon. An hour passes. The sun begins to sink below the horizon. I don't get a choice. Another hour passes. The moon is visible, and the sky is darkening. It's getting really cold out here, like really, really cold. I looked away. Jax walked when he left me standing here. A nice warm room sounds really nice and really good right now. Where are they? I stick it out another half hour before sighing, frustrated. Did they forget about me? I walk towards the dorms, seeking a shelter in the plain building. I'm guessing this one's mine, or one of these are mine. As I do, I run to Jax. Why was he heading out? Finally come to your senses, new kid. He asks, sounding tired. No, I just step inside. 'Cause my parents forgot to pick me up. I bet they'll be here any moment. Jax's eyes narrow in annoyance, and he drags a yellow gloved hand across his face in... Listen, new kid. I get it. I get it through your head. There is no outside world. There's the school. He points to the large brick building across from where we are. The dorms. He points to the building where we're standing. And that's it. He mutters something under his breath. Okay then. But if there are the only two places, where were you out going outside? That is... His face flushes and he turns away from me. I just wanted some fresh air. It's pretty cold outside though. Okay, well, if everyone stays here, then I should have a room here. Show me my room if I'm supposed to stay here. I grin comfortable in my undefeatable logic. Oh yeah, you're probably right. Let's go find your room so I can stop babying you. What? Jax grabs my hand in his as he hurls me through the hallways, but I'm not complaining. There's another way for us to hang out together. As we walk through the hallways, 1,000 questions rush through my head. We pass a traditional Japanese style door, which is that one right there. Gangle. Oh, that's Gangles. We pass a door that's half blue and half red. Pomni. We pass a dark door with black and yellow caution tape season over it. Me. We pass a door that looks like it belongs in a ranch-style home. Ragatha. We pass a sneak door with... I guess say mine's right here. We pass a sneak door with bright geological shapes all over it. Zubul. We come to the end of the hallway, finding a plain wood door with a base name tag listing my name. And this must be you. I stand there in stunned disappointment. Are you going in, or... He looks sort of annoyed. I haven't opened the door yet. I twist the handle and open my bland door into an equally bland room. Do I get to customize it or something? A gray mattress sits atop a wooden bed frame with plain wood pillows, white pillows, a dark green comforter with the school emblem on it has been nestily folded. In the back right corner, a busted up metal desk sits with a computer that looks almost as old as the desk. A neat stack of papers and a set of black pens and pencils have also been prepared. Wow, pretty boring. I try to look around the room for anything to just put these words, but come up empty. He walks to the center of the room and looks around at the plain interior. Not beating the NSP allegations with this one. Not beating the NPC allegations with this one. I'm not an NPC. I'm more real than you are. Huh? NPC? You think Kane would have put a movie poster or something up? Guess he thinks you're boring, huh, Axel? No, I'm sure my parents just... Jax has stopped listening up to this point and is studying out of my room. What a waste of time. Wait, Jax, aren't you going to say good... Jax slams the door in the middle of my sentence. Night? I give up on any expectations I have for Jax being polite. Even if he skipped out on saying goodbye for the day, I feel like I might be making a connection with Jax. Maybe. I lay down on my bed, defeated by the day. It doesn't take long for me to drift to sleep. It took me 40 minutes to get out of the day. It doesn't feel like I was sleeping long when the lights in my room flash on, as if overriding by some remote console. The room to my dorm flies open as confetti sprays from the fire sprinkler. Doesn't that violate some sort of building safety code? Hello, my darling toy box characters. Principal Kane announces from what sounds like the hallway. Why does the sound of a cat being harmed accompany Kane? I will have time to investigate. Kane, what the f are you trying to pull this late at night? Ha ha, Zooble. Ha ha ha, Zooble. His face is fast, focused, and as if he's used to this treatment, but none too pleased by it. You're lucky I even let you get. I'm lucky I even let you get sleep. Because he blurts out in a harsh monotone before recovering his cheerful demeanor. I'm here because even with the Culture Festival pulling in new viewers, we're still not hitting the numbers that the economy needs us to. Which is why I've secured us a sponsorship. He stretches out the last word using some sort of effect to apply a reverb to his words. Without further ado, I introduce you all to a drum roll plays with something in the background. Regina looks a little more awake, but the rest of us are still trying to shake off sleep to understand what exactly Principal Kane is talking about. The Wacky Watch! You see, the vendors for Wacky Watch have been having trouble finding a good audience for their product. But now we have the perfect setting. Teen drama. Teen drama? Jack's like 22. The fuck do you mean teen drama? They're adults, you dumb fuck. they're just like teens forever, even though they're adults. But we're adults. But we're adults. I'm actually now, Gangle. I know this is a lot to take in, which is why I've already taken the liberty of affixing a wacky watch to each of your wrists. Each of us glanced down. To my shock, this watch is already on my wrist. How did it get there? What in the? Uh, what in the? And don't try removing them either. They'll be affixed to your wrists with a very special adhesive. He super glued them to our wrist, didn't he? If you do try to remove them, let's just say they'll be taking a little piece of you with them. Yeah, he super glued the wacky watch to our wrists. I could hear Gingo beginning to whine as panic sets in. Pony tugs at her wacky watch, but no matter how hard she tugs, the wrist watch stays affixed, her gloves stretching like a rubber band as she pulls at the watch. Agatha just looks down with a resigned sigh. Kane, I can't remove the arm with the wacky watch. What the fu- Principal Kane ignores our complaints as he continues his monologue. His monologue. You see, my turtle doves. In order to secure the funding we need to make it to day 5, my culture and the Culture Fest, we need you wearing the Wacky Watches at all times. Luckily, I secured a deal with where I won't need any of you to do ad reads, but it is of paramount importance that none of you insult or try to disable your Wacky Watches. Good luck with school life. Can't wait to see what you do with the Culture Fest. Bye! He stretches out the last syllable as his body folds in on itself an infinite number of times, disappearing from sight. Well, I know it isn't ideal, but at least we can all talk to each other now. Should make communicating about the culture festival easier. With the sound of breaking glass, Daniel's comedy mask shatters and falls from her face. Tears well up in her eyes. I don't want a wacky watch. Seeing the situation unfolding before her, Pomni pipes up. Well, I think it should be useful. And look, Angle, there's even a picture chat function where you can send people things you draw. Pomni goes over to Gangle, lifting her wrist and pointing out the picture chat feature. That is kind of nice. Gangle sniffs. Yeah, that's the. Yeah, that's the right. Yeah, that's the right. Yeah, that's the light spirit. Pomni, now let's get some sleep before we start classes again tomorrow. Everyone's door closes. I hear a muffled shout from Jax's door. What the heck? Why is there a watch stuck to my arm? I decided to hide in my room before Jax looks for someone to take out his frustrations on. I flick my dorm light off as I close my door. I check my watch. I got a text from Jax. He has set his avatar to a picture of himself, flipping off the camera. What the heck is up with this watch? Why can't I take this off? I did not consent to this. I laugh. That sounds like the Jax I know. You didn't miss much. Of course, I have a blank photo. Apparently, Principal Kane took a sponsorship from Wacky Watch to keep the school open or something, and now they're physically stuck to on us. Because I'm pretty sure Kane super glued them to our wrists. That they really are. This sucks. Yeah, but at least we can text each other whenever, right? I guess. Ugh. Hope you sleep well tonight, even though Kane stuck those Wacky Watches on us. I wait several minutes for a response, but nothing. I begin to pull the sheets over my head when the Wacky Watch buzzes with another text from Jax. Whatever, night night, new kid. Don't let the centipedes bite. As I get to sleep, I cherish the bond that Jax and I have built today. I can't wait to find out what sort of trouble we can get into tomorrow. Day 1 complete. I yawn as I awake in my room. The clock on my actually, I'm taking a little like a few minute break. Or I'll be right back. I got a minute or two break. Give me a second. I yawn as I awake in my room. The clock on my walkie watch says it's morning, but the only way I can tell is from the sliver of sunlight peeking from under my door. I slide my school-issued pajamas off and look in the closet. A series of perfectly pressed school uniforms are there, with a little tag on the sleeve of the nearest one. I take a closer look. It was like Kane left me a note. Hi, Axel. This is Principal Kane. As part of your stay at our lovely academy, you have been provided a set of uniforms, free of charge. The price of your dorm is also included in your tuition payment. Looks like you and Jax have been spending time together, and everyone's talking. That sort of drama-seeking, desperate mismatch energy is exactly what we need to keep our studio audience entertained. Remember, if Jax pushes you away, it's just because he wants you to try even harder. As I pull my uniform over my Waikiki watch, I glance down at it. I have a text from Jax. You headed to school yet? I spy Jax as I stumble out of my room, still slipping my foot into my shoe. Jax, wait up! You wanted to walk to school together, right? Jax looks up from his watch, pausing for a moment. What? He notices me. Oh, it's you. He's doing a great job of hiding how excited he must be to walk to school with me. Yep, I'm ready to walk to school with you. Jax looks confused for a moment before slowing down. I remember saying I was gonna walk to school with you, but whatever. He waits as I catch up with him. What's on the agenda for today? Huh? Aren't we gonna pull another epic prank like today? Jax shrugs. Haven't thought that far ahead yet, but I'll come up with something. We step out into the crisp, early autumn air. What about you, new kid? Got any plans for today? Well, I was thinking about working on the Culture Festival project that Principal Kane asked us to do. I trail off as Jax shoots me a sharp look. That was the wrong thing to say, but that's stupid, so I was just gonna help out with whatever you want to do today. Jax's smirk is back and as wide as ever. Careful, new kid. Keep hanging out with me, and the rest of the class will hate you. Gasp. Oh no! We get to the school entrance just as the last bell rings. Jax turns to me as I start to follow him up the main staircase to class. If you're really cool, you'll go to the cafeteria and bring me something for breakfast. I don't want to be late to homeroom. I think to complain about how I'll be late if I get Jack's breakfast. Getting something like an omelet and a bottle of orange juice. Well, at this point, he told me his order. It would be rude not to go. Okay. I step into the cafeteria to see a crowd of students at the various breakfast places. Evidently, none of the other students here care about being late. By the time I get to the front of the line, I'm already 30 minutes late to class. One omelet, please, and an orange juice. The staff member behind the counter tells me the price. So that's all my money for lunch. Sorry, kid. No money, no omelet. I don't want to get this stupid omelet, but I'll just be late I'm going to class late and empty-handed if I don't say yes. Okay, give me the omelet. It takes a bit longer for them to make an omelet, but I eventually collect my orange juice and omelet before heading to homeroom. And that's where we get the English phrase, raining cats and... Mr. Kinger turns to me. Axel! Nice of you to join us. His interest seems genuine. Ragatha gives me a concerned look. Did Jax make you bring him that omelet? Oh, real nice, Raggy. So because the new kid wants to get on my good side, I made him do it. Time to clear things up. See, dollface. New kid wanted to bring me breakfast. I don't. That isn't. I mean. Ugh. Ugh. Ragatha turns to me. Try not to be late to class, please. Whatever. She looks hurt by my response, but Jax is smiling. Jax puts past the seat next to him, disclosing, taking my breakfast from me. After a few minutes, Ragatha spots Jax eating the omelet and wheels on us. See? She raises a hand. Kinger, Axel said they brought lunch for themselves, but Jax is eating it. Who's eating Jax? What? He seems genuinely panicked by the perception. Jax is eating. I mean, Axel brought lunch, and now Jax is. Mr. Kinger turns around. Axel isn't eating Jax, Ragatha, everything is fine. He doesn't give he doesn't give a shit as long as I'm not eating Jax. Oh, not in the way that he's thinking of. But yeah, like, I'm not gonna eat Jax. No. Ragatha stammers for a few moments before sulking, burying her face in her hands as she leans forward on her desk. Never mind, I give up. She groans into her arms. Jax and I share a grin. The lunch bell rings, dismissing the class. I make my way to the lunchroom. As I'm exiting the lunchroom with my tray, I spot Jax. He's eyeing Gingle like a lion's stalking its prey when I catch up to him. Or like a bunny stalking its carrot? I spend a few moments racking my head for something that might be hunted by a rabbit before Jax notices me. Oh, new kid. Good, I think you can help me out. Can you keep Gingle busy for a little bit? I want to try something funny. I nod. I walk up to Gingle. So, anime, huh? What? She looks genuinely confused, which makes sense. This is one of the first few times I've ever talked to her. Luckily, I'm a master of subvision. You know, anime. It's a thing. That's a happening thing. It's hard to be this cool. Yeah, very cool. I guess? She must be intimidated by my charisma and looks. Time to dial it back a little. What? Bitch, no. I am. What the fuck? Where did I get an ego from? Where did my character get an ego from? The fuck did he get an ego? Where did Axel get an ego from? Yeah, if you say so. I mean, I think it's cool. Huh? Excuse me. Huh? I honestly didn't expect that from you, Axel. Well, if you want to talk about anime, I guess I have a moment. She smiles at me in an attempt to disarm me that won't work. Well, which anime do you like? You know, the cool ones? She called my bluff, red alert. The cool ones? I used to move my words for a second. How about you tell me about the ones you like? Oh, don't get me started. I like Yo-Yo, Quagum, anime inner. I keep nodding and smiling as Jack sneaks up behind Gangle, a shop vac in hand, and a dark grin on his face. He's just about to press the power button and win. Is that Zoople? Why does she have corn? And they're holding a corn cob. Jack's eyes fly wide as he notices them. Stepping back slowly, but tripping over the shop back. The lid goes flying as my poor companion trips over it, dust caking his entire body. Zooble. Gingo turns around to see what Thick Motion is. I rush Jack's size. Leave Gango alone or this won't be the last time you see a corn cob in an unwelcomed location. Jax is still stammering, covered in dust. Kane himself has come out of his office to see what the chaos is about. What's going on here? You, Axel, tell me what happened. Jax was trying to mess with Gangle. Zubul stopped him. I was walking around when Zubul attacked him with the shot back. Jax looks confused for a moment, but then grins as he realizes I'm getting us both out of this. Yeah, yeah, that's right. I was just trying to clean, and Zubul over here attacked me. Are you seriously implying? Now, Zubul, you really shouldn't be harassing the cleaning staff. Jax here asked me earlier if he could use the shop vac to clean the tops of the lockers. I was surprised, but impressed by his go-getting attitude. Shame on you for disrupting his cleaning activities. Kane, that's not what. Chop, Zubul. You're coming to my office. Well, I decided what to do with you. Name your time, Bubble. He claps his hands. Bubble manifests out of seemingly nowhere.
What's up, boss?
Clean this up. Oh, opens his mouth. It's in an unnaturally long tongue.
Yeah.
That's the sound it's making. That's the sound Bubble's making. And naturally long tongue as he begins to lick up the dust from the shop back.
Blech. Well.
Blech. That's what the sound making. Kane stands there, his jaw agape. Why are you like this? By this point, Gangle has made herself Sir, and Zubul is standing off to the principal's office. As you were, Jackson and Axel, we made ourselves scared as well, heading to the school entrance as the bell rings. Well, that was a blast. But at least we got Zubul put away. Hey, Jax, what happened back there? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? He gives me a confused look. The, corn thing? Don't know what you're talking about. He tries to keep walking. Oh no, Jax, you're not getting away that easily. I grabbed the small corn cob off my lunch tray and pointed at him. His eyes widen. Put that thing down. Put that down, I smirk. Aha, so you are scared. He ducks his head, looking to see if anyone is in earshot around us before addressing me. Fine. Yeah. I don't like corn. This seemingly unflippable Jax has been flipped. Still, he's obviously uncomfortable, so I toss the corn into the nearest trash bin. So what is it about with corn? Do you not like the color yellow? I can't fully stop my laughter at the thought of someone like Jax being afraid of corn. He hears me and gives me an annoyed look. My gloves are yellow, you new kid. Good point. What is it then? He waits until we are away from the other students before answering me. All the little kernels are just... Ugh. He gives me a revolved expression before smirking, but don't think you have the upper hand just because you know that about me, new kid. I'll find out what bugs you. I shrug, trying to play it cool with like him. Nothing scares me. Jax grins at me. I don't buy that for a second. Don't worry, I'll find out. I gasp. Anyways, new kid. You heading back to the dorms? Yeah, I don't have anything else to do today. Cool, me too. I stand awkward for a moment before going for it. Do you want to walk back together? He raises his eyebrow at me before returning to his usual normal demeanor. Yeah, why not, Axel? You said my name! Huh? Oh, I guess I did. New kid is so... I don't know. Carissa, anyway. I was just screwing with you. I know, I just like hearing you say my name. Jax gives me a pointed look. You made it weird, new kid. Jax sighs. Yeah, sure I did. Very weird. Jax sighs. But hey, you can at least just trust people, so you're not entirely useless to me. And that stunt you pulled with Dragonfly yesterday was comedy gold. So I guess I'll keep you company on the way back, since nobody else will. Yep, that's for sure after today. We make our way back to the dorms. The chill air causes us to shiver and run for the entrance. As we reach the building, we're both out of breath. Kane in these dumb uniforms. He mutters between breaths. I shiver. I could go for hot tea or hot chocolate right now. I rub my hands together as I make my way up the stairs to my dorm. It's too bad I don't have any kill or anything. I think out loud. Jax looks at me. You know, there's a kitchen in the lounge, right? It has like everything you just mentioned. I blink at the Jax. You didn't know that? You'd be lost without me, Axel. It's kind of embarrassing. He motions for me to follow him. I didn't ask for him to show me, but I can't lie. I appreciate his help as he leads me down the staircase. It's a pretty nice lounge, all things considered. I make my way to the kitchenette. The cupboard down there has the tea and whatever else. He points at a lower cabinet before throwing himself on one of the couches. I open the cabinet to see an assortment of different teas and drink mixes. I look for one to try. As I'm rooting around under the cupboard, I sneak around the lounge. To my surprise, Jax is still hanging out here. He hasn't left for his room yet. I decide to not question it and just enjoy the shared moment. Should I make you some tea or something? Dex looks over at me on the couch. I expect some smart remark, but instead he simply shrugs. Sure, I'll take a coffee black. I take a coffee black. I nod. At this time of night, I make myself some tea, and once I'm done, I make a coffee for Jax. I can't help but feel a little happy to be spending time with Jax in a more communal, more casual environment. For his part, Jax seems more relaxed too. Or maybe he's just tired. Too tired to pick on anybody. It's a nice moment. I finish up and start bringing the drinks over. As I carry the drinks over, I notice Jax has been weirdly quiet. I go over to the couch to check on him. Sure enough, he's fallen asleep. Aww. Adorable. I can't help but stare for a moment. Guess it takes a lot of energy to terrorize your classmates all day. He looks so peaceful. I know I'm so caught up in my own thoughts that I end up tripping over my feet and dropping the drinks all over the wooden floor. Oh shit! I'm sorry, I tripped and spilled everything. I tried to explain myself, tea and coffee running down the front of my shirt. Jax with a hand on his head, still a little groggy from his cat nap, or would I be called a bunny nap? Huh? He looks down at me like I should I start picking up the broken pieces of the mugs. Wow, Axel, you can't even make tea or coffee without messing up. He chuckles, slow capping. Wow, I love his sarcasm. So lovely. Yeah. I rub the back of my neck, embarrassed. Is there a mop or something like that here? I feel bad leaving a mess. Well, I feel bad about it. Just don't bother cleaning it up. But what if someone slips and falls? Then that would be pretty funny, right? I pick myself up off the floor and trying to find a mop or rags or something to clean up the mess I made. I see what looks like a closet. The door is slightly ajar. On the opposite side of the lounge. Maybe there's a mop in there. Jack was me annoyed as I open the door and look around the closet. It's roomier than expected. Still cramped though. I see some cleaning supplies. I'm definitely in the right area. Runs around a bit, not noticing Jax approach the entrance to the closet, his arms crossed. It's above you. He eventually pipes up, pointing to the top shelf after watching me struggle. Huh? Oh. On the top of the shelf, a mop sits tucked behind some boxes. Who stores a mop like that? I try to reach for it, but it's pretty high. It's pretty hard to get a grasp on it. Tucked behind all this junk. I continue to struggle before Jax walks past me, taking pity on me. He rolls his eyes as he steps past me. I can't watch this anymore. Move. He enters the closet. He enters the closet, the door closing behind him as he reaches over to grab the mop out from behind the boxes. Here. He states, pushing the mop into my hands. I blush a bit, embarrassed at how much I've been relying on Jax. Thanks. I'm sorry I spilled our drinks. Stop apologizing so much. It's annoying. He says, twisting at the knob of the closet. What He tugs the knob a little harder. No, 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 no! You gotta be kidding me! He shakes his head, pulling at the knob. Basically, it's locked. I feel my chest tightening up. Come on. Jack starts moving out the door, pulling where the door shakes on its hinges, but no luck. We're showered with old paint clips from the crumbled ceiling. Paint chips from the crumbled ceiling. Doesn't have Jax have master key for literally every door in the school? Why is he panicking? We're locked in here? I feel the breath leave my lungs as I clutch the mop to my chest. This would happen to me. I barely hear him. My ears are ringing as panic starts to set in. My breath comes in ragged gasps as my heart hammers around my ribcage. Suddenly, I lose my balance, clutching the mop as I back into the wall and sink to the ground. Whoa. Hey, Axel. Whoa, hey, Axel. Calm down. Oh, good. Oh, God, we're gonna die in here. I continue to hyperventilate. We're gonna die in here. I can't breathe. Jax kneels down next to me, smirking. Not scared of anything, huh? This is not funny. I eke out with the last of my breath. Jax lets out a sigh. Well, we're not going to get anywhere with you freaking out like that. He sits against the door, facing me. Just breathe. I'm trying. Well, I don't know. Close your eyes then. Stop freaking out. He tosses his jacket over my head. Imagine you're on a wide open rooftop or whatever, wherever your happy place is. I can't breathe in here. I manage as I cover my ears with my hands, clutching my eyes shut as I try to imagine I'm in a wide open meadow. It's surprisingly helpful. My breathing shifts from ragged panic gasp into a slow, peaceful rhythm. You alright? Can't talk, just breathing. I hate to admit it, but if I do anything but focus on deep breaths, I start to panic again. I'm barely able to muster the strength to talk. How long do you think until someone finds us? Who knows? He looks up at the ceiling and chuckles. I bet if they knew I was in here, they wouldn't bother opening the door. He laughs again. It's a hollow laugh. But right now, I can only focus on me. My head is planted firmly in my knees as I continue to clutch my eyes shut. Don't you have any friends here at school? Dax goes quiet. Well, definitely not Ragatha. She's way too fake and annoyingly positive. She's always trying to pretend everything is great and awesome. It's exhausting. Being just sad all the time. Not like she has a backbone. Zubo just chooses to be difficult to get along with. They're really a stick in the mud. Pomni's alright, but she's always worrying about what everyone else thinks. Jax's confession about how he feels about his classmates distracts me from our cramped situation, if only for a few moments. Wow. Is there really nobody at the school you like? Jax remains silent as he looks away, a tint of red on his cheeks. I can't help but blush myself before patting my head, before putting my head back into my knees. What was that? Suddenly, Kane pops out of thin air. His booming voice makes us both jump. There you two are. Thought you could get past the curfew rule by hiding in here. Huh, you little scamps. For some reason, he pops up inside the cramped space of the closet. Inside, instead of opening the door. With a snap, we are instantly transported to our respective rooms. I feel relieved being back in my spacious room. I flop onto my bed, completely worn out from that whole deal. Still, I can't stop thinking about what Jack said, and what he didn't say. What was he so quiet after? Why was he so quiet after I asked him if he liked anybody? He couldn't have meant. I wrap my head. I wrap my pillow around my head as I stare at my wall. Surely not. I must be delusional. As I get under the covers for the night, I can't help but think about what or who he could have possibly meant. Well, we did 2 days. I'm gonna end here. That's pretty interesting, right? We're gonna read out to the one, the only, rare gangster. Call to action and grab the raid message. Grab the raid message. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.